I'm still undecided, but she wants reconciliation. Advice. A friend recommended this site to share my predicament. He spoke very highly of Reddit and the good advice people give here. A friend recommended this site to share my predicament. He spoke very highly of Reddit and the good advice people give here. Here goes. I, 44M, and my ex-wife, 44F. It's confusing, but I'll explain better. We're high school sweethearts. She was a support for me since I was 10 years old. My family went through hell to leave Colombia and faced many challenges just to get to the United States. My ex helped me, and her parents helped my parents a lot. Yes, her parents were wealthy, and I became very close to them and her brother. I'm very grateful for everything they did for us. And I know people might think we took advantage of them, but that wasn't the case. My father worked hard for her family, as did my mom. I helped my parents whenever I finished my schoolwork and tasks. With my ex, we were best friends at first. She defended me from bullies. I wasn't a very masculine kid at 11, 12, or 13. Then I had a growth spurt, and physical work helped me a lot. I was also a nerd, especially in history and chemistry. She was smart and popular, so it surprised me when she asked me out. Well, you can guess what happened next. At 17, just finishing high school, she got pregnant. We had the usual problems, but with our family's help, we managed. I got a scholarship for college and worked various jobs. It wasn't necessary, but I didn't want to take advantage of her family, and I helped with the baby as much as I could. Our first child was born, and with our family's help, she went to college. I worked for several years in other companies before joining her father's business. She graduated, and we started working. We didn't get married until she finished college at 22, along with a prenuptial agreement a year later. We had twins and decided that 3 children were enough. We didn't do anything permanent like a vasectomy or tubal ligation. We used condoms and birth control pills. We were married for 20 years and together for 27. We were happy, with good intimacy, vacations, and both of us contributing to the house and kids, but then she chose to cheat. My ex started changing a bit, looking at me with disdain or disgust a year before the infidelity. The bedroom died suddenly, and we fought over small things. She started going out and met her affair partner, AP. She fell in love with him, or so I read in her messages. The affair lasted a year before I found out. For months before that, I was already tired of the marriage. My kids, friends, her friends, my family, and her family all saw how she seemed to hate me. Maybe it was my sister-in-law who told my ex's brother about me wanting a divorce. My ex changed a bit, stopped going out, and seemed to want to fix things until I discovered the affair. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I felt immense pain losing my best friend, especially after what she did and what she wrote and said to her AP. At first, she denied it or even mocked me. But after I left and contacted a lawyer, she broke down, begged for forgiveness, pleaded, and went no contact with the AP. But I was too hurt. Then she discovered she was pregnant a week after D-Day. It was an emotional roller coaster I didn't want to ride. I didn't want to fight much. Just get out of the marriage. My ex tried to play the baby card, genuinely believing the baby was the AP's, and I didn't provide samples for a paternity test. Her family helped her through the pregnancy, and they begged me to talk to her. The divorce was fair despite my ex's hurdles. She agreed to stop opposing it if I provided a DNA sample for the test. I didn't want to talk. Just gave the sample. I moved out, and the twins were already in college, so I had plenty of time for myself. Despite my in-laws' opinions, her father didn't blame me, and my parents never accepted the divorce. My kids understood, but wanted reconciliation. They begged me to be at the birth, so I was. It was tough, but she gave birth to a girl. My kids gave me the paternity test results. She's mine, and she looks a lot like me. I did 2 more tests, and yes, she's my daughter. Now the problem, I share custody of my daughter with my ex. We've been doing this for 2 years, and my ex and I spend a lot of time together. We saw our daughter's first steps and heard her first words together. She's changed or is the best actress. She's almost like the girl I fell in love with over 25 years ago. My ex wants reconciliation and has promised to change. She wrote a letter confessing everything about the affair and has answered truthfully about it. She hasn't dated anyone in almost 3 years, according to everyone I know, and they say she's changed and wants to be a family again. Any advice or experiences you can share would be greatly appreciated.